Hi guys, welcome to Oliveboard's YT session. So today I'm going to discuss a very important topic which I think I've not taken. Nobody has taken it earlier because now 2023 has started, you have started preparation and this question comes in mind. Should I be taking notes or is note making a waste of time? Right? So I would like to talk about in view or considering your bank exam preparation, should you take notes or no? Okay, and why, if you should, is it helpful or no? Okay, so let's understand this in detail. Now the first thing which I'll talk about note making, when I talk about note making, is which comes to my mind is, see, it is basically four things you are doing together when you are doing note making. You have to listen to the presentation, whatever video you are watching, class you are watching. Then you have to figure out what is important to record or to make note of. You will not, note making is like writing in brief what are the important points, not everything what is being told, right? So to understand, figure out what is important, listen carefully, then you have to write it down. Then fourth thing you are doing is keeping the track of what is the next topic or statement the writer is saying. So it is juggling. You are doing these activities simultaneously. So whenever you are watching a video or a class and you are taking notes, you are doing all these things. So it's not that easy also. But once you have the habit, maybe in school or college days, we have done that. We have taken lots of notes. So we know the method. But still, for competitive exams, for your bank preparation, is it useful? The question is it useful here now? When we have limited months to prepare, sections to cover, master our speed, mocks to do, and then topic test to attempt, so much of it, right? So now, see, everything has an opportunity cost. Means, what is opportunity cost? If you make a choice, basically, the value of the best alternative opportunity you did not choose. Means, out of the two things, whether to do or not to do, you make a choice. Basically, if you are making a choice, there's something you are losing. For example, if you are taking notes or making notes, maybe you are putting in a lot of time. In that time, maybe you could have done something else, given a mock test or given a topic test, whatever. So the cost involved to it and the value it is giving to you is very important. You have to judge the value. Is note making adding value to my preparation? Is it very useful for me? Is it helping me in any way? That judgment is required. Now, guys, also people don't understand there is a difference between note taking and note making. Note taking is basically the process of writing down the key points. If the writer is saying something important information, you are writing down. Note making is in your own words, whatever you have understood, you are writing. Most of the time what we do is the first column, note taking. While the teacher is teaching, you're taking down notes, whatever she is saying. Okay, so while listening to the teacher or faculty, okay, and it is faster, obviously. Teacher will go at his or her own pace and you have to take down notes. Note making is basically slow. You are thinking, analyzing the topic in your own words, then writing it in your own language, right? But which is the most effective one? Out of the two, which is more effective? If I say, out of the two, more effective is once you write things on your own after understanding, in your own words, you remember it for long term. So note making is definitely more effective. Now, note taking is basically for later reference. You are taking notes because means after watching the class or before the exam, few days before the exam, you just want to revise quickly. You cannot go through the whole video all in full. So you are making a basic PDF for yourself just for revision purpose. Okay, in short, writing the bullet points. Are you getting it? But more effective is note making because here you are reading, listening, understanding, then writing the same thing in your own words after understanding. So it helps you remember the thing for the long term. You do not easily forget it. Okay, so there's a difference. Now, most of the time we do note taking. So basically nowadays you have lots of sources. You have PDFs where you have concepts. But for certain people, their own handwriting, notes written in their own handwriting work best. You should be able to judge what works best for you. Now, there are certain things which I want you to understand here. When you are taking notes, some things for certain subjects, what are the criteria to decide whether it is a waste of time or it is useful? For which subject you are taking the notes? How much time you are devoting it? how much value you are getting from it. Yes or no? So all of these pointers. For example, some people tell me that for vocabulary, we will create notes. While reading newspaper, whatever word they do not know, they will write the word and then they write the meanings and then they will write the synonyms of the word, antonyms of the word. I think it is a long process. I don't think it is required. By the end of it, 1 month, you will see there is a diary only created, full diary, all word meaning. And if I pick up the same note that you have made, diary or register, and ask you words from that only, you will not be able to answer. You have done note taking very nicely, but you don't remember the meanings. What is the use then? Okay, so I don't suggest for vocabulary. It's not an effective method according to me, right? Similarly, for GA concepts, you make notes. For banking concepts, you make notes, which is okay because here you have to remember a lot. So you make bullet points, you make notes, and you write and then understand, which is easy. Okay, you are getting value out of it. That is what is important. How much value you are getting out of it, because you are giving a lot of time to note making. Please understand. Okay, just directly watching the video and understanding a concept is very different. If you start taking notes, it takes more time. You are investing your time. So how much value it is giving you is more important. Then, for example, reasoning. If I say reasoning, in reasoning, what do? Syllogs, for example, there are certain cases. You have picked up a chapter, hardly few pages notes will be required. Okay, syllogism, if I say, at least for just remembering the condition, maybe 5-page note, 5 pages. Now this is okay. Here you don't have to give too much time. Once the note is made, every time, every exam you have to pick up and see. Okay, it is a small, you can say, process with, of course, for the entire topic, one entire topic, 5 sheets maybe. Okay, then it is okay. You've already created it. It is very useful, helpful for all the papers. Definitely you're getting value, right? Nowadays, if you can replace it with the PDFs that you get, okay, you get entire GAs, current affairs PDFs, and then that is easy to go through and just read. So I don't think there's an urgent need for note taking or note making. But some people, after understanding, they write it in their own, handwriting, and then they find it more useful, then go for it. Okay, but you should be able to judge, in a position to judge, okay, how much time you are giving and how much value you are getting out of it. So the comparison of these two is very, very important. Okay, don't give hours and hours to just note taking, note making, and you don't remember anything. That's a waste. For example, I will tell you like how I read editorials is on my phone generally. I prefer that method. So on my phone, I open the newspaper PDF and I start reading. And I have downloaded an app also, Read Era app is there. So if there is a certain word in that, okay, I open it in that app and I open the newspaper in the app and read, because if there's a certain word, I just press on the word. There's an option that comes for dictionary. Directly it takes me to the dictionary of my phone and we see the meaning. So that process, I've got so used to it, so comfortable, and the speed of reading automatically comes. Plus, I don't use paper, pen to write down or underline, because in the exam, I know, online exam, I will not get paper and pen. Rough sheet is there, but I can't underline the passage, right? Anything on the passage, on the screen. You're getting my point. So that habit is developed. Okay, so something which is similar to the exam, you can say interface, practice that. Okay, instead of taking a newspaper and sitting and underlining. For beginners, okay, but not for people who are writing competitive exams. Beginners initially, maybe for a few days, weeks, you can do that. But later you have to switch to that method of reading online. Okay, on screen you will be reading. So that is how I like to do. I don't like to write words, then their meanings. I never remember like that. I have read the word in the article. I have checked the meaning. I have seen how it is used in the sentence. I will read it again in the sentence and see how it is used as a noun, as a verb. And then regular reading helps me remember the meanings. That is my basic process. Okay, because I don't like spending time on note making, which I am not going to open and read myself or revise from there. Are you getting my point? Also, sometimes online when I am studying, there's something which I've got which is very easy to understand. I'll take screenshots and keep on my phone. So maybe for revision, I will go through those screenshots. So there are a lot of things you can do. Okay, so on your device also, laptops also, there is note making. Like for example, in my laptop, so I keep a few notes there. Okay, so something which is quick, right? So that you can save time also and which should be useful also. So it's not totally a waste of time. If you see, it depends on individual, which subject, on the subject also, for which subject notes are definitely compulsory. Okay, for example, when you are doing concepts or videos on concepts, then it is necessary that you have at least notes for concepts which you should never forget. Then you can go back and revise those at least. So depends on that also. So for example, concept videos notes can become important, not for everything, but short notes. And there are certain things which people forget, that it has to be bullet points, guys. Notes are never lengthy, you can say sentences. It has to be bullet points. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 bullet points, okay, which you can quickly go through. Why do you make notes, or why do you take notes? Also, you can quickly go through. Week before the exam, few days before the exam, it should be bullet points. You should use short forms also to refer back to the previous line. You can use short forms in notes. Okay, it's not lengthy. Or also, it has to be clear, okay, and to the point. Right? So last moment, what do you want? You want a kind of text which you can read clearly, understand very quickly. So you have to remember, some people write all like full sheets and sheets and sheets. That's not note making. Are you getting it? Highlight is points. Always note making is like bullet points, right? And categorize them. Also, clear means you are creating category. Okay. So which topic is it? Subtopic it is. Everything should be clear. So there's a process which has to be followed. And whether you are creating a sheets, or whether you are creating a register, a notebook, it should be handy. Okay. So for example, you will not carry 10 books for last minute revision. It should be handy. One notebook, one thick notebook or register for your last minute notes. Are you getting the point? So I will say note making does work, but under the right circumstances. You have to calculate how many months of time you have for preparation. Can I devote some time for note making? Don't start note making 1 month or 2 months, just 1.5 months before the exam date, right? So the process, where it is useful, circumstances must be right. Okay, if you're a beginner, definitely go for note making, at least concept note making, right? Now guys, there is a plan on Oliveboard which is called Personalized Banking Mentorship Program. For all your banking, for all your banking related, you can say, preparation, whether it is live classes, whether it is videos, concept videos, whether it is mocks, whether it is topic test, okay, whether it is interview, descriptive, GD, whatever, okay, full preparation, okay, books, everything is covered in this batch. Interview, also descriptive, also personalized banking mentorship program, and the highlight is one-on-one mentor. So if you will buy the mentorship program using my code, which is Harshita, HARSHITA, you will get maximum discount on the mentorship plan, personalized mentorship program, banking program. And I'll be your super mentor. I will guide you throughout. I'll call you, we'll have calls, or we'll have video calls, and I'll call you and talk to you. And in your entire preparation journey, step by step, I'll guide you. What to do, what classes to watch, then what. Okay, so it is like a close mentor who's walking with you in your journey of preparation. So go for this personalized banking mentorship program if you're targeting this year to crack any of your bank exams. Use code Harshita and make me your super mentor. Thank you. Any other queries, mention in the comments.